there's awakened people, and you're one of them. Part 2, right? Listen, to touch more up on the last video, because honestly I had to sit there and just think about it, really what I just said. And I'm only making a part 2 just because I really want to be able to explain and get into it, because I feel like I was holding back on really just being able to tell y'all stuff that may really be able to relate and help y'all along y'all journey. And when I said there's awakened people and there was 2 different ones, I really sat there and just took a step back and I was like, wait, can you know way more than there's just 2 of them, than just being the one that wants to teach and the one that honestly doesn't want to say anything. But that's wrong. There's 5 different types of chosen ones, and I believe, I don't know if it's just around the dark chosen ones, but the light ones, but I wrote down what I believe down. Well, I wrote down the 5 different types of chosen ones that I was gathering at the time. So first one is a breaker of chains. Second one is the silent warrior, right? No, but it is one of them. Then you got the second rebel, and then you got the healer of realms, and you got the seer of truth. Let me break down for you. Let me come back to y'all when I got that information right. Breaker of chains aren't just breaking patterns in their own life, out breaking patterns, right? That go about generations. These are the people who stop abuse in their bloodline. Not just that, but they are the ones who grow up in homes filled with violence, addiction, abandonment. And instead of becoming what they saw, they transmute and alchemize it. They become the parents they never had. They become the safety they never felt. It's not because they had magical help. It's because they were forged in fire. Second one, right? Seer of truth, what I was trying to break down in the first place, right? Cool. Seer of truth lives a life of paradox, both cursed and blessed. By their vision seen behind the veil is not easy. It means you can no longer pretend. You can't ignore lies. You can't stand in fake relationships. You can't work with environments that kill your soul. You see too much, which leads to isolation. That isolation isn't loneliness though, it's solitude. It's constriction. You set apart not for punishment but for purpose. And when the world is ready, the seer will speak. And what they say won't just heal, but it will awaken those who are still maybe asleep. Because there's obviously there are people who constantly get born over and over again, and you got reincarnation. People don't really believe it. I don't care. Believe what you want. I have high belief in reincarnation, so that's the point. The silent warrior goes through hell and says nothing. Learning true power doesn't need to shout, suffer in silence, held grief that would break not most people, but prayed in the dark with no reply, showed up for others while bleeding internally. Their strength isn't emotionally, it's internal. They don't just believe in God, they embody God. Not through doctrine or discipline, through presence, through stillness. Teaches you don't have to be loud to be powerful. Don't have to be seen to be significant. The greatest revolution happens in silence. Choosing peace over revenge. Loving over fear. Discipline over chaos. When the collapse, the silent one are who people turn to because they are the calm in the storm, still point in a spinning world. Their power is visible but undeniable. The sacred rebel, the world misunderstands this one. They are called sinners, right? troublemakers, but in heaven they are beloved. They challenge the false light. They expose the illusions of empty morality, of performative spirituality, of ego disguised as enlightenment. I'm not here to follow rules, but here to rewrite them. Prophets who scream in the wilderness. The ones who aren't afraid to confront corrupt systems, even if it costs them everything. Find them in music and art and protest, comedy. They use whatever weapon they can, whatever is fire or poetry, to shake the sleeping awake. The rebellion is sacred because it's rooted in love. They don't tear down to destroy, they tear down to rebuild. Their fire is it's the fire that can clear out forests and allow new life to grow. They also get labeled as too much, but next one. The healer Rams who feels everything so deeply. In fact, well, hold on, let me come on. Let me get it right. I'm sorry. But no, I'm not sorry. If you didn't like it, I don't give a fuck. The healer of Rams, the one who feels everything so deeply it hurts the chosen one, doesn't even know they're healing others. They just work into a room and suddenly people feel safe, seen, start crying without knowing why. The healer carry a vibration that undoes decades of pain. They often don't know how to protect their own energy, give until they're empty, love until they bleed, carry the weight of the world and almost crushes them. When the healer awakens, they realize their sensitivity is their superpowers, and only when it is sacredly managed, learning boundaries, how to shield, how to rest, and how to receive. When they do, their powers multiply, because now they're not just healing for pain, but overflow. That's when miracles happen. To touch up on the last video of there's very many awakened ones, I'm saying that overall, so many people in this world who don't understand who they are as a person and they're still trying to figure out, and I may have the key to tell them exactly who they are. And I know you really shouldn't have to, especially when I just said, I can't really save people, but you can't save those who aren't willing to be saved. You can only save those who are genuinely seeking to be called to something different. That's the only way that can actually truly be saved. If they are in a different route, they're choosing to fall for temptations, or choose to walk with the devil, or choose to use their gifts for bad, or whatever the case may be. It's just, that's the path they choose, but it's not the path that everybody else has to choose, because that path that they're choosing is only going to lead to hell. Realistically speaking, you're just going to get your powers, your gifts taken away from you. Your life is suddenly going to start falling apart just because you decided to attack people who have genuine hearts and are genuinely trying to change, and who have changed. But you're trying to drag them down because you feel as this old version of them should still exist in the present, when that's no longer them and they're no longer carrying that version with them. So within that, I'm letting this message be something that helps people realize who they are, being able to awaken their souls, being able to speak upon the things that I know and have gained the knowledge, and be able to flow with the universe, and be able to actually obtain these type of keys and downloads to give not only to the world but to myself, because loving yourself is a very key thing. If you don't know about that, it's up here, it's your big chakra, your third eye, But you know, if you really deep in that motherfucker, you know that motherfucker that it's your brain shit, you know, yeah, type shit. But yeah. That's all I wanted to say. And yeah, this is definitely the end of part 2. I won't be making a part 3. I will definitely start doing more messages like this, so stay tuned, because I will definitely start to switch up my niche for my page, and y'all probably be like, oh, what the fuck is this? Oh, shut the fuck up. I saw somebody say that. I don't care. I'm gonna keep talking. You know, I'm sorry that it disappoints you that I'm speaking. My fault. But I'm gonna take my page and I'm gonna do whatever with my page. If you don't like it, get the fuck off. Respectfully, you don't have to watch. Dumbass. This is